The Repair Shop database has been used before. It was used in the previous page, editing a database. It has been updated to include 3 additional fields. The first field is date logged, price of fix, and fix number. As was stated before, when creating queries, it's very important to remember and understand your data types. So we're going to slip back into our design view and take a look at those data types. Date logged has been set for date and time, and the property has been set for short date. The price of the fix has been set for currency, and that has got 2 decimal places. The fix number has been set for auto number, so every time a new record is generated, a new auto number will be generated as well. For this reason, that's what keeps each record unique, so it's been set for the primary key. So I'll go back into our datasheet view, move back down, and you can see the data that has been entered. It's all dates, it's currency with 2 decimal places, and now you can see the auto number as it moves from 1 to record 19. The accounts department of the repair shop are responsible for billing the customer. All schools fall under the ownership of the Education Board, so the invoice is sent to their headquarters. As this query occurs frequently, it's been decided to set this up as a permanent query. To create the query, I'm going to use the query wizard. So I take my mouse across to the tab that says Create, and I click into the tab Create, and that will automatically change my ribbon to suit. I then come across where I've got my Queries section, and I click into Query Wizard. The first screen that I'm met with tells me that we want to create a simple query wizard. I don't need to know anything else in this screen, so I click OK. Screen number 2 will be the important screen. This is where we check that we're working from our table, which is called Central Office, and where we will choose all the fields that we want to use in our query. For the sake of convenience, I'm going to use the double arrow, and I'm going to bring all the fields across, and then I can choose afterwards which one that I want to use. And I click Next. Our third screen really belongs if we want to do some form of grouping, which we don't need to do at level 2 essential skills. So I click Next. The fourth screen again is the important screen. This is where we name the query. And naming a query is very important. You need to name it so that anyone else can understand its contents. So this one then I'm going to call Schools Only. And then I click into the Modify the Query design because I haven't set anything yet. This will then take me into my query design. Now for those of you who actually don't use this and you go down through the different way of doing your queries, this is where you'll come to, where you've got your matching criteria and where then you will bring in the table that you want to use. We will make use of the 3 steps to help us through this query. Step 1 was find the field. The field that I want to use is organisation. For it's an organisation that I find the information if it is a school or if it is FE. Step 2 was to match your criteria. So in the criteria box, I'm now going to type in what I want to find out. And what I want to find out is it a school? Pay attention as well to your upper and lower case because it can be case sensitive. If I click outside that criteria box, you will be able to see that the word school that I've typed in for my criteria is separated with inverted commas. Inverted commas in a database tells that database it is a piece of text. So we're right back to our data types of short text. Step 3 was then to display the fields that I'm interested in. So obviously I would want to know the name of the technician that works in that school, and I also would want to know the name of that school. I might be interested in the addresses and its postcode. What I wouldn't be interested in at this stage would be the department that it comes from, and I wouldn't be interested in the date that was logged. So in order to take that information off, I take my mouse across, for example now with requirement, and if I click in, it'll take the tick off. So if you want to display a field, make sure you have the tick. If you don't want to display a field, take the tick off. That would be step 3 complete. Now I'm ready to run that query. So if I come back up to my ribbon, you will see on the left-hand side, there is a button that says Run. So if I click on that button, it will then run the information that I've supplied. And the information that I had supplied then was to make sure that the organisation was a school and to display the name and the address and also the primary key, which is our fixed number, of all the information that's set in the database to begin with. So I now know that my query is correct.